Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to beautiful Gulfstream Park. Ron Nicoletti here, along with Brian Natto. Of course, Samantha Perry will be joining us throughout this afternoon. And boy, big news right here for mandatory payout Sunday. So that's going to make the day even more exciting than it was. And good to see everybody out there. I'm going to throw out a couple of winks. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
big crowd yesterday and a big doings today to wrap up the weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be good. So, like we said, race 5 will be the Rainbow Six. So let's get right into today's card because there you see it, and they're estimating about $2 million in that pool. We'll see how that plays out. Hey, if you get the own ticket, it's 1.6. I know you won't be mad, right? So
I could use it. I'd be even for the weekend, I think.
I'll take the 6 part. You can have the other. So we'll be trying. We got tickets, and we're actually going to bet them today. So we'll see how it plays out. And the first race is going to be a mile and 70 odds on the Tapeta. These are maiden claimers, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward. Full field to start the day. We do have the scratch city also eligible to 13, and jockey on the 12 is Angel Morales. And Brian has an early pick 5 ticket together, and let's hope it's a winning one.
Yeah, this ends with the starting leg of the Rainbow Six in race 5. So I'll spread here. I don't really like this race in terms of who I can trust, but I'm pretty tight the rest of the way, Ron. In race number 2, I've got the 9, and that is Super Sunshine. I think this horse is very, very dangerous off the claim for Aubrey Mirage. The little spread in race 3 with the 8 on top, and that is Noble Dreamer. And then back-to-back singles, 48, and that is Boston Rose on a big drop for Jack Sisterson. And my best bet of the day is race 5, number 8. And that is My Wife Knows It All, 2-1 on the morning line, and that is going to kick off my rainbow with a single, Ronnie. So, oh boy, we're going to rip that Band-Aid off quick, my friend.
$7.50. So if you want to add everyone or get it twice, you can all do that. We'll get right into this race, Brian. You started it off with the number 7 in here, and that's Princess Opal. This one from the Joe Orsino barn with our leading rider, Edgar Zayas, in the saddle.
So there's a few things going on here. This horse ran okay on debut and did pass some horses late by mastery out of a first dude mare. You probably can't ride a race long enough for this horse. That's the positive. Edgard is another big positive, clearly. The negative is that race was ridiculously slow. He was wide that day. He ran on. She ran on, certainly like a filly that will appreciate the added ground and turn. Very early in the betting. We really should hope to see about 5-1 because she's looking up at a lot of these, Rod.
Yeah, and I think one of the horses she is looking up is the current 5-2 favorite, and that's the number 8, and that is Tiz Erin in here. And Tiz Erin, you just look at its last race, was right there, second, first time in Heather Smullen's barn. Yep. This is one of the horses that Dale Romans had left down here, ran well at this level, second, third. They're going to put the blinkers on today. I think that might help.
No, I don't disagree with any of that, and this horse did run well last time. The problem is her margin for error is a pretty scant one. If you're talking about, as Ronnie said, a full field here of 12 and you're going to take around 5-2, that's a tough one to take, at least in terms of the win bet.
What about the number 5 horse in here? We both have in second, actually, and that's Red Hat Gal. And this one, Gerald Bennett, is the trainer. It was Mary Bennett, was just that switch over, no big thing there. This one had to take the overland route last time.
Yeah, you said it perfectly, Ron. She was very, very wide on the far turn and ran very well. Joe Trejos is going to get aboard today. He's been doing some solid work down here this summer, and you know, she was not that far behind Tiz Erin. If we can save a little more ground, she probably would have been very, very close to her at the wire, and she'll be a much better price, too.
You know, the 2 horse you have a little further down, we really want to mention it's been sprinting, but you go back to its previous race when it was claimed for 16, going around 2 turns. This horse ran a good second, so maybe stretch it out today. This could be a little bit of a sneaky in the group, and not really sneaky, second choice on the morning line.
Yeah, they keep betting this horse 7-5, 2-1, 7-5 in her last 3 starts. It wouldn't shock me at all that if she breaks running, Sonny Lone says, you know what, I'm going to try to get on the front here and see if they can catch me.
Race number 2 is going to be a sprint, 5 furlongs on the Tapeta. These are claimers, 3-year-olds and upward. No scratches, jockey changes. Not a lot of big scratches at all today. So this is going to kick off the early pick 4. Brian will tweet out that it's almost the same as your early pick 5.
It's a run back, yeah.
Just a run back. So we'll get right into this race. And I'm with you. I mean, I don't know what to expect, but I'm expecting good things with the number 9, Super Sunshine.
Yeah, I don't know. I might look like a fool if they don't bet this horse. I made this horse favorite on the morning line. We know these connections. They're very, very crafty. They can bring horses back, and they're live. This horse is dreadful last time, but Boogie freshens him up a little bit off the claim. The back races are going to beat this field. Can we get to them? I don't know, but you found this horse too.
Yeah, you can see what I wrote down in the back numbers. It can win if this horse is ready in there. And you know what? How do you say? There's no real world beaters in here because the second horse that I have interest in, I'll jump to the 5, was good. Broke its maiden. It's a big jump from going from breaking your maiden to 2 lifetime.
Well, I agree wholeheartedly with that, Ron. This was a horse I feel like I made this horse 15 that day on the morning line, and he went off at 7-2, and they knew, and he delivered for some reason. He is a Buchero. They love the Tapeta, but I agree with everything you said. A big rising class today facing winners.
And last time blinkers on, so maybe that helped. And you did go with the inside horse and Calypso Charlie. And Calypso Charlie, well, we're going to put a line right through that grass race.
You can see it right there on my page. Draw a line through it. The other races, not terrible. The only thing I want to add, though, the race 2 back, where, he did get beat up a little bit, solely against 3-year-olds. I'm not sure how big of a drop it is, even though he's in for 8 today against older horses as well. I singled in this race because I didn't want to use 7 of them, because that's the kind of race it is.
No, exactly, because I was just going to say, you use the 4 Black Seal, third off the bench for Arnold Dauber. Do you use the 8 horse, Don't Answer, for Eno Cordero? Is a lot of questions got to be answered in here. So you try and get a horse like the 9, and that's exactly what I did. It's got a lot of back numbers that can beat this field, and we'll call them very sharp connections.
I like that.
You like that? That sounds pretty good.
I like that.
Let's go to race number 3 this afternoon. It's going to be 5 furlongs on the Tapeta, and these are going to be claimers, fillies 3-year-olds or fillies and mares 4 and up, which have never won 3 in life. And as I mentioned, not a lot of scratches this afternoon, so there's none in this race, Brian. And you started it off with the number 8, and that is Noble Dreamer.
And we're all over the place. Yeah.
All over. Just going to say that.
This horse had a little trip last time. Slow start, drop back. It didn't like the kickback. I think we've seen that in the past on the Tapeta. Kickback can be problematic for some of these horses. This horse, you can see the running lines. This horse wants to be involved early, wants to be pressing, chasing, maybe even setting the pace. This is a good post. Amicio gets aboard today. I'm playing this like he's going to break today, like he's not going to blow the break today. We're going to break today, and we're going to be in a good spot.
And that Firebird one, that was, I think, the second consecutive race it had won, and now since then it's been entered about 8 times.
Back in on Saturday.
Yeah, back in again on Saturday. Yeah, I maybe I'm the one that needs to be kickstarted in here because I didn't use Jose D'Angelo, who seems to win everything with the number 8, but I did go with the number 4, Fat Chance Fancy. And this one, just Safi Joseph Jr., first off the claim, comes out of a race where the winner was disqualified. This one was put up to first. It's Safi, it's Edgard, it's wide open. I thought maybe the 4, Fat Chance Fancy, would be the one to beat.
Yeah, she is, but boy, where you been, huh? I don't think they claimed her, back in the winter to run here for the first time on July 21st. It is Safi, it is Ken Ramsey, it is Edgard, so you get the all-stars here, and that's fine, but you also take a short price on a horse that was DQ'd for the win. She was 2 lengths clear in deep stretch run and couldn't see it out. I know, again, she got put up, but I'm a little leery of her today.
And, Victor Barboza Jr., his exploits. He's got the 4. She's spiteful. You got a little highly rated, and, I do up there in second spot. And one of these horses absolutely could win this race or lose this race by 6 lengths.
Well, here's the thing. This is another reason why I went with the 8, because the 4 has been, gone forever since the claim, and the 5 was sort of all out to beat 2 L's, and now we're rising in class today. It doesn't mean you have to take short prices on them.
Let's go to race number 4 this afternoon, and this one is going to be 1 mile on the turf. These are claimers, and they're fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2. We scratched to 5. Delightful Summer. Samantha has a tropical turf pick 3 ticket, which starts right here today in race number 4, and you'll see it $24, and she's got the 2-3 in this particular race. That's 4-way stop and the old hockey. And then go to race number 7. She's got the 8 and the 9. The 8 is the logical one, and the 9 both. I think you had the 9 somewhere, 8 and 9. And then the last race, the 10 horse is the one I think is going to run well in there. Bet Stormy. You know, we got a video we want to show that with Edgard. So $24, that's a $3 ticket with only a 15% takeout. Once again, scratch the 5 in here. And I know, who'd you pick? And do you want to show the video first? Or
Yeah, well, I picked Boston Rose, but we can start with Four-Way Stop and Free to Roam because this is a replay of them. Four-Way Stop ran well, but couldn't quite see it out. You can see her free rolling here on the lead. Now, they went 46-3. That is racehorse time, and she's flying here, especially for this kind of level. These are 25 2Ls. She just couldn't quite see it out. Free Roam is going to run on late. She's the one. This is her stablemate actually winning the race. Safi's stablemate, Love Mammy Love. This is a good effort by Four-Way Stop, and you know that was very, very fast. The turf is playing very fast, very firm, very speedy. You get to the front, and you're going to be in a good spot.
Well, if you go 2 back, you'll see this horse did exactly that to win it by 4 lengths. Edgard Zayas in the saddle that day. Edgard's getting a call back today on Four-Way Stop. But let's hear about number 8, Boston Rose in here, and a little further down on my ticket.
Well, this is a seismic class drop here. You know, look at the races she's been coming out of. Those are championship meet races. Those are optional claimers, Royal Dame, those kinds of horses. I mean, they would be 2 to 5 in this race. She's got enough speed to negate a wide draw and to keep that horse in the sights early. Another one of those races, Ron, you could go 4 or 5 deep in here, and I'm not going to do that early. I'm going to go with one of them.
Yeah, you know, and it's pretty lucky maybe these two weren't in the Rainbow Six because they are awful tough. But with that said, we'll take a short break, and we'll come back with everybody's ticket to help you out here, hope to help you out. So we'll take that short break and come right back.
And they're off.
Win big with new DRF All Access Past Performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access Past Performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today. Race number 5, if just joining us, is where the Rainbow Six is going to start with mandatory payouts. So the whole gang here, we put tickets together. We'll start with mine first, $86.40. And you can see I've got lots of coverage in race number 9. I absolutely think this is the horse to beat near One Sharp Cookie. I know you got some interest in that horse too, somewhere down. So $86.40 for me. And, you know, I got a little bit of a long shot in race. I believe it's race number 7 with the number 3 Hakimi, the Chilean bred. But I needed coverage, and I hope that Safi can pull me through with that 8 horse in race number 9.
Yeah, this is not an easy sequence, especially the interior races. And as if you heard me at the start of the program here, I've got the best bet right in race leg 1, leg A, in race number 5. So my best bet of the day is My Wife Knows It All, and that's a single, and this is aggressive to do it that way. A lot of people don't like to, but you got to, you know, what presents itself to you, that's how you play it. And if I can get through race 5, then I'm set up for maybe a little bit of chaos. As you know, Ron talked about it a little bit. In race 6, I've got the 7 Zizka. In race number 7, I've got the 8, and that is Lorenz, but I've got Ronnie's pick in there, 2 Amadors in there. Sanchez. Race 8 is my long shot. Evanora is the 8, and I'm a little tighter in race 9. The 2 Safis, the 8 and 9. One Sharp Cookie is on top. Excuse me. Race 10 is a flow race to me. There's a ton of speed in there. I'm going to use the 5 Makia on top, and certainly the 10 Bet Stormy, that Safi runner who will run on late. $96, and we can switch over to Samantha's now. She'll be with us here for race number 1. She's a little pricier today for $160.
And she's singling in race number 8, too, and that's really interesting. She's going with 3 girls in race number 8, so we'll see how that goes. And 5-2 on the morning line. Certainly we'll show a video of that horse. She's got lots of coverage.
Yeah, she's got lots of coverage. She hit one of these Delgado horses the other day that she very astutely mentioned that some of those horses were unable to train for those days we canceled with all that, historic rain, and it worked the other day. We'll have to see if that's one of them. $160 for her.
So swinging for the fences, as we say. So let's get to this race, and my wife knows it all. Number 8, Dennis told me his wife knows it all, so it's sort of we'll see how it goes here.
But I thought Dennis knew it all.
Yeah, well, Dennis too. So single, right there, bing.
Yeah, I don't know. We go to Amador Sanchez. It's Amity Racing. These are sharp connections. Edgard is here. The post is perfect. Got back to Tapeta sprinting last time. Was a really good second. Vallesta is in here. She's got a huge tactical edge on Vallesta. Sometimes you hear me say it, Ron. At the end of the day, I just think she's better than this field,
Well, we got a video we want to show, so we can show that with Vallesta, Hot Spark, and my wife knows it all. There they are.
I don't want to take anything away from Vallesta, but you watch this replay, and you know darn well who ran the best race. It's clearly the 8. She's doing all the dirty work. Vallesta doesn't have a lot of early speed. She laid back, and she closed on for a piece, but she's spiteful as 1-2, and here's my wife knows it all, giving her everything she wants here. Vallesta can't even make up any ground. I'm comfortable. It's a straight punch 8-3 to me, but it's not use them both equally to me. I'm just my wife knows it all in here.
Yeah, we're sort of in agreement. We are in agreement with the exact. And then I went to the outside horse. I had some interest. Jorge Delgado had a win the other day, so maybe the barn is picking up a little bit. This horse was favored last time. First off the claim for those connections. Just got beat a Zop last time out by our Firebird, a horse you'll hear a lot about over the next few days. So maybe this horse gets a piece of it today.
Gets a piece of it. She doesn't want to win a horse race, so play very lightly with her, in my opinion.
And let's go and flip the page and go to race number 6. It's going to be a 5-furlong sprint on the fast main track. These are maiden state-bred 2-year-olds, and we got a nice field of 11 with no scratches, but do have a jockey change on the number 2. Win with Faith. Make that rider Angel Morales, and this kicks off Samantha's late pick 5 ticket, and there you see it, $36, and sort of the races. She's still singling number 2 horse, 3 girls in race number 8.
Yeah, you can see she's a little tighter here at the 50-cent base wagers than she could be with the 20-cent rainbow, so she's $36. I think she had 5 deep in race 10 in her rainbow, so she's got it narrowed down to the 7, 10, 12 in that finale. Boy, oh boy, that finale could be problematic for a lot of people.
Yeah, and this 6th race is problematic because it's 2-year-olds. It's first-time starters, so there's some guesswork. We'll start with your horse, Zika, then we'll show the video of the horses that we have here. I think we got a great
sales work.
Sales work for the horse. So let's see the number 7, or listen to why you like the number 7, Zika.
Yeah, I don't know if the firsters are any good, but we've talked about this a lot in the past. In these kinds of races, experience is a big deal. Ziska's run 3 times, twice against open maidens, had a trip last time, still ran on nicely, very low percentage connections. I readily understand that, but this horse should be a price, and we're going to have to look at the tote board here because I don't know, Ron, at least in terms of on paper with these first-time starters, I didn't see a lot. I don't think that's giving anything away on paper. We're going to have to watch the tote board. Watch your double will pays as well when you play this Rainbow 6. See what's going on from race 5 to race 6. Try to get an idea because, quite frankly, this is a total guessing game.
Well, I've cruised through the past performances, and then I saw Jack Sisson.
Sure.
I saw his record with first-time starters. With 2-year-olds, he's 30%. And this horse, one good work after the other. So I just said, well, I'm going to go here, first-time starter. Of course, this gets work, but I'm going to play the percentages with this number 8 horse just because the barn does an excellent job, and this horse looks like he wants to run, and 5 furlongs might be right up his alley.
Jack is 5 for 15 with first-time starters. This horse is favored on the morning line. I don't know, maybe he's not going to be favored, but the point here is that you don't want to look up and see this horse at 8 or 9 to 1. This horse is supposed to take significant tote action, as Jacks always do. Pedigree's not giving anything away, but as Ronnie said, the works are very, very sharp.
Well, let's show that work of number 11, Naughty Rascal here. This one, might tell us something. Gerald Bennett is a trainer. There you see it. It's at the sales, actually.
Yeah,
OBS sales.
And Samantha will be able to talk about this a little bit more later on as well. This is the last horse I lopped off of my Rainbow. Initially, I was going 7 deep in here. The horse is working pretty good here. You can see 10 flat. This is at 10:57 in the AM as well. Samantha often talks about the time of these works on the Tapeta over there. This post is terrible. This is something Samantha turned me on to with these first-time starters. They always typically take a right-hand turn out of the starting gate. Well, now in a full field of 11, I don't like this draw at all.
Well, we'll see. The right turn might not bother anybody because they'll be on the outside. It's when they're on the inside and they do that. I just want to mention the number 10. I did not pick it in Brian Ticker, but I mentioned this when we were doing our videos. Godwin, this one from the Christopher Duncan barn, but it's a full brother to Joe DiBaggio, who won over $349,000. If you're a fan of Gulfstream Park, you know Joe DiBaggio. Just throwing that out there. So maybe you want to take a look at that horse down the road. So let's go to race number 7. Nice one on the turf, 1 mile claimers. And these are 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds and upward. Once again, no scratches in the race. Full field of 10 kicks off Brian's late pick 4.
Take a look at it now, $24. I'm spreading. This is a doozy of a race, Ron. My goodness, I know you got a price in here. I like what you're doing there. My single is in race 9. I used the both Saffy runners in my Rainbow, but I don't like a $48 late pick 4, so we'll just single the first of the 2 Saffys, and that is number 8, and that is One Sharp Cookie, who will very likely, Ron, I would think, when you look at this sequence as a whole, that will be the most likely single on anybody's ticket.
It's mine.
Right?
So, that's what I did in the last race. The 5 and 10 shows up once again. The 10, Brian's going with the 5. He thinks that flow is going to be good for the 5 and also the 10. Getting back to race number 7, we've got a video we want to show you. My long shot is the 3, Hakimi, who's in this video along with Treasure King and Uno Tiger.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it here. Let's see what's going on. Hakimi's trying to loop. Uno Tiger's not really a threat, and Treasure King, is kind of 2-path chasing, and you can see the splits here as Awesome Crusader is going to tire late. I thought, Ron, that Treasure King ran pretty darn good. I'm firmly in the mix with your horse, Hakimi, who's going to be a square price. Amador Sanchez has got 2. I'm not going to leave him out. A very crafty, sharp barn. Boy, this is to me, it's a really, really difficult race.
Here's, this is the horse that I had the trouble with that he did not use on my ticket. If you look, I got 5 horses picked in. The last one is the 2, Marwad.
Yeah.
And you got it highly rated, Marwad.
Marwad's favored on the morning line. I hemmed and hawed about what to do. I mean, you look at this horse's form. I know he hasn't done a lot of running. Grade 2, Grade 3, Grade 2, the Mr. Steele. You want to talk about a class play, and we don't really know where his form is. This horse lays over this field on class, and he's in for 35 today. To me, it kind of says it's go time, or whatever's left in the tank, we're going to get it out of him today.
Yeah, to me, it was Pasadena. I kept going back to him for all the reasons you mentioned. I kept putting him in 3rd, then I moved him to 4th, then I moved him to 5th. Okay, let it beat me. I'll have to go that time. Now, might win by 12 for all I know.
He's got no speed either, which is problematic on this turf course.
And the barn is low percentage, so maybe, when you put in a Rainbow 6 ticket, that's what decisions you have to make. Race 8 this afternoon, 5 furlongs on the Tapeta Claimers, and these are fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2. Scratch the 6, Baja Secret, and the 7, Smart Jenny. Baja Secret, the 6 that scrap, was the only horse that I lost on the whole card that I had picked in 3rd.
I kind of think that's what a lot of people are going to say. Really the only significant scratch on the day.
Yeah, and what you went with the number 8 horse? What, you want to show the video, or you talk about yours?
We'll talk about the 8. This is my long shot. I don't know. We're stabbing here. This is a horse trying Tapeta. She's worked well in the morning. Georgina Baxter freshens her up, unfortunately, with 2 scratches, especially the 6. Value comes out of this race a little bit. I took a little shot in here. I didn't really have a strong opinion. I didn't really like anybody in this race.
I just saw so much speed in here. Yeah. I remember I was talking to him when we did the video for the Rebels. I just kept going, and I kept going back to the inside horse, Brizero, who you would think, MSCL Jaramillo inside, going to the lead.
Right.
I don't think so. I think this horse is going to stalk. I think it might be the trip, but I thought this was a tough race.
Oh, yeah.
And I used the 1, 2, and 4, and then Holy Coffee I thought ran well for Pedro Garcia, but It's a tough race, and this is one I think that a lot of people are going to have trouble with in the Rainbow Six situation.
I'm with you. We can show the replay of 3
Yeah.
girls. I know the Delgado barn got a win yesterday, and Samantha got him home, and she made some good points. I'm not playing this barn right now. Ice cold. Sans the win yesterday, but this horse did run well. 3 girls got floated very, very wide. The winner came up the fence that day, or at least saved ground on the inside. She's running on. This is a good effort. I've got no problems at all if you think 3 girls is the one to beat in here.
Yeah, I got it in second. I
Yeah.
went with the Brazero for the reasons I mentioned in there, so we'll see how it plays out. We'll flip the page and go to race number 9 this afternoon. 7 furlongs, an allowance optional claimer, and this is for state-bred 3-year-olds and upwards. Scratch the 3 uncaptured star, and One Sharp Cookie is my single. It's your top pick. Want to show the video?
Yeah, a lot of people are going to go down with the ship here one way or the other with One Sharp Cookie. If he wins, you move on. If he loses, this thing blows up, I think. It's a good effort. This is the definitive effort in this race because El Principito is very, very good. He was very, very good this day. Entendre wins races as well. One Sharp Cookie. Nobody in this field can do what he did in this particular spot, and that's run third in a very, very fast race for the level. He had to see it out as the inside speed while getting pressed the entire way. For him to hold like he did, that was a big-time effort. Everybody else in this field, no matter who you like or you're looking at, they're all looking up at him.
And the one you're afraid of is or I'm afraid of, and everybody else is the 9.
Right.
The other Safi, Practically Dark.
Yeah, that's it. And now Practically Dark is facing winners for the first time, and his stablemate's pretty darn good. So he is, I think he's the main danger, but he's facing a significant rise in class today.
7 furlongs. You always just look around. The 4th horse you got in third here, Dr. Bater, just loves this distance. 5 races, 3 wins a second. Always been one of my angles that you love horses that run at 7 furlongs. Some just do not like it. So throw that in. You did third. I got him a little further down.
Yeah, he was my long shot last time, and he ran well. This is a step up today. He's slow on paper, but it's Jose D'Angelo, and you said it perfectly. 7 furlongs is a niche distance, and he's run well at it.
And let's go to the finale, and this one is 1 mile on the turf. It's maiden claimers, and boy, full field of 12, so you'll be able to get those Rainbow Six prices in there. No scratches. As I mentioned, maiden claimers, fillies and mares 3 and up. And I thought Tinta Roja was the one to beat in here. You have it a little further down, but I want to hear about your 5, and we'll show that video, too, that we have.
That's just 2 horses, the 5 and the 10, Makia and Bet Stormy, who are going to run on late. I look at this race on paper. I think it's loaded with speed. I think your horse is part of it. I think your horse is the best of the speed brigade. I look at this race, and I got a feeling it's going to fall apart in the lane, and I'm trying to take the 2 horses that have at least shown a little bit of ability to run from off the pace. Makia dropping from the maiden special weight ranks, too.
Yeah, I want to show you stat on the number 1, Tinta Roja, in here with the horse for Victor Barboza Jr. And you can see with his turf roots, I knew it was going to be bad because turf is not his thing. Of course, it's my pick. They do this to me all the time. 4 for 71, 6% turf roots the past 2 years. We'll see how it plays out today.
Well, you got to double down here because Victor is like 24, 26, 30%. I think he's 45% off the claim. Yikes, that's some kind of stat.
Yeah, I think you got a couple of videos you want to show
Yeah, we can show. We got Denver's
Alley and then Bet Stormy.
Bet Stormy, yeah. So this is Denver's Alley is do we have Denver's Alley?
No, that's what I had written down.
There we go. Yeah, there's Denver's Alley rolling wide here. Another part of the speed brigade in here. Now, this is the turf race now, and he folds a little bit. This was a good turf race. Parallel's okay, and Bunny Honey came back to win. But to me, this just is another horse that wants to be in the front, be part of the early pace of this race. He couldn't see it out then. That was a better field. I admit that. But I just think he's adding fuel to the fire today. I think the real replay that's important is Bet Stormy. Let's show you his debut for Safi because he had trouble that day. This was a very slow race. This was at the level. He's meeting a lot of droppers today. But you can see right here, he didn't have a fair run of it on debut. They didn't really bet him that day. He was 4-1. Not like he was dead on the board. But I think we'll get better today. But I also feel like he might be an underlay today. Maybe I should have made him lower on the morning line. There's a slew of maiden special weight droppers coming into this race that was much, much better today than what he just ran against last time.
Well, there's so much to take in, and we tried to do it in 20-something minutes to do what's going on with the Rainbow Six. The beauty of it is you can listen to what we have to say. Hope it helps you, but if it doesn't and you win, text us. Let us know. Maybe you can help us out next
try
time.
it.
Well, we're not done. We got the lightning
Quick
round we got to show you. Quick lightning round. So what do we got here today?
Quick lightning round with the Rainbow coming up. That's going to be race number 5. It's going to be a massive pool today. You can see it, mandatory payout in race number 5, and we're going to get to that. The tickets are all out there. Legendary. Let's take a look at that. And here is finally Legacy Isle got there. What a scramble. What a call by Pete.
That was your pick there. Legacy Isle got in at, what was that, 10-1? I still couldn't believe that. Yeah. My long shot, Shaq Diesel, and it was like my day yesterday. Everything I picked finished third, so maybe I can improve on that today. Your best bet of the afternoon?
Boy, my best bet is in race number 5, the 8, to kick off the Rainbow Six. My wife knows it all.
And my best bet this afternoon is in race number 9, one Sharp Cookie. Long shot for you?
Yeah, I don't know about the lowercase L maybe with the scratches, but race 8, the 8, Evan Nora, should still be a price.
Yeah, and I got that Hakeem, and we'll see that in race number 7. We showed a video of that. So that's it for us. We're going to turn it over to Pete Aiello and get all the scratches, changes, and get your tickets in. It's going to be a fun day of racing, and Samantha will be joining us as soon as we get back here for race number 1.